John Harbaugh said in his press conference this week that Brandon Stevens is going to play more of a safety cornerback hybrid role. Does that leave room for Marcus Peters, even with the signing of Roquan Smith? We'll get into that. We'll also get into how the rookies look the first week of practice and some jersey number announcements. What's up, everybody? My name is Ryan, and I'm the host of the Flock Rundown. It's a new show that I'm starting on YouTube. I'm going to be posting pretty much every day, just reacting to the news and talking about the upcoming season and going over everything Ravens. I've been a lifelong fan. I grew up in Maryland, been to hundreds of games, and I just can't wait to chop it up with all of you guys.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.
So Harbaugh was asked in his press conference if the Roquan Smith signing closes the door on Marcus Peters. And he said, "You don't close the door on any good personnel move. You'd probably ask me about Marcus Peters and any other cornerbacks out there, and I'd say you don't close the door on good players and people. We'll see how that goes." The fact that I think he brought Marcus Peters up is a good sign. And also, in that press conference, he was talking about how Brandon Stevens is now going to play more of a safety cornerback hybrid role, which I really think he's best suited for. From his playing time in the past, I feel like that when he was put outside, he got exposed a little more. With the signing of Roquan Smith, it seemed like the Marcus Peters thing was done. I mean, he wiped everything Ravens from his social media. It just seemed like with all the young guys that we were drafting that there just wasn't going to be enough room on the depth chart for Marcus Peters to make the team. But if Brandon Stevens is getting moved to a safety, I think there is room for Marcus Peters. I think it comes down to money. But I'm excited with what he said about that. I don't know if it'll be Marcus Peters. I'm hoping it is, though. Peters has put in so many good years in the NFL, great years in Baltimore. He's got that Raven mentality. And with Harbaugh saying he's not closing the door on it, I'm expecting some good things. I think there's bright news ahead. I think that we're gonna go all in. We cleared cap room with Lamar's cap number. I have Lamar's cap number here. $22 million in 2023. That was gonna be $32 million and some change if he would have played on that franchise tag. Thank God that he signed the deal, and we're all excited about that. So he's locked up for 5 years, and that brought 2023 cap number down to $22 million. So there is some more room there. I know we just signed Roquan Smith, and his deal's worth up to $6 million. I think Peters is coming back. And if that's the case, we are stacked. I'm expecting huge things this year. The defense was balling last year after we got Roquan Smith. And the second half of the year, they just took flight. I mean, teams were not scoring more than 13 a week. And you know all the additions on offense we got. I'm expecting huge things. If the defense is letting up 13 points a game, our offense is going to score way more than that. I think we got Super Bowl aspirations as long as we stay healthy, and I cannot wait. Let me know in the comments if you think Marcus Peters is going to be re-signed or not. Or if we're going to go a different direction. I do think that they're still going to add some secondary depth, though. We're still really young. Outside of Marlon and Roquan Smith, and if Brandon Stevens is playing a safety corner hybrid role, under those two outside corner guys, you just have a lot of young guys who aren't exactly proven. I mean, you got Pepe Williams. I did like what he put in last year. But Jalen Armour-Davis was battling injuries, and when he was out there, especially early in the year, he was getting exposed. I mean, that Dolphins game gives me nightmares. So I'm not insanely confident going into the season with Pepe, Jalen Armour-Davis, and then who knows with Caillou Blue Kelly. He's a rookie, 5th-round pick. He seems promising, but it's a 5th-round pick, rookie corner. He's probably got a lot to learn in the league, and it's tough to trust that. So we really have Marlon and Roquan Smith on the outside, which I'm cool with. But if one of those go down, we need some other help. So signing Peters, I think, would just give such a security blanket for us, and I really feel like that secondary would be lethal. And that and it really fills most of the holes on defense. I think we still have a little hole at edge, but there's Justin Houston out there. We could even bring Pierre-Paul back, or we could go elsewhere. There's always free agent cuts as the summer goes, and you know that we always scoop up like a savvy veteran. So I think the edge will be fine. I think we have a lot of young guys with Ojabo and Owe that can get to the quarterback. We have a lot of speed. I think our edge is fine, and I think we'll add a few vets, but I would really like to get one more cornerback, and I'm hoping it's Marcus Peters. But let me know what you guys think. You think we should roll with the young guys and give them a chance, or do you just feel better bringing Marcus back? The rookies also had their first practice this week. We didn't get a ton of highlights, but I saw a clip that the Ravens posted of Zay Flowers kind of cooking Blue Kelly off the line. But I guess that's to be expected, being a 1st-round pick compared to a 5th-round pick. But I'm happy to see that. I'm so excited about drafting Zay Flowers and what this offense can do. I have another video on Lamar saying that he can pass for 6,000 yards this year with the weapons that we have. So check that out if you want to hear more about that. But I'm super excited about these rookies. I love what Eric DeCosta's been doing this offseason. I honestly think this is his greatest offseason. It's hard to say that right now. So it's a premature statement for sure. I definitely could retract that if things backfire, this draft class doesn't pan out for whatever reason. But just the offseason that he had with re-signing Lamar, that's just an incredible hurdle to get over. We were all stressing every day for the last year, 2 years of negotiations. I mean, we went through it as Ravens fans, for real. Like I know you guys feel my pain on that one. So that's done though. Good days, brighter days are ahead, you know? I think this draft class is super promising. A few comments that Harbaugh even made said that Blue Kelly surprised him with how athletic he was. I feel like that's a great sign. And I threw on some highlights after we drafted Blue Kelly, and like he looks really good. I don't know how he slipped to the 5th round. So I am excited about him, but I'm not expecting, you know, them to turn the keys over him this year. And I'm hoping he doesn't have to play a ton unless he really earns it, because that means we probably have some injuries to our top guys. So I'm really hoping he doesn't have to play a ton. But I think that he's got a really bright future. He said Zay Flowers looks as advertised. I didn't really expect anything less. You could turn on his film on any game and just see that this guy's got explosiveness. He ran a 4.440 that people in the media keep bringing up as, you know, he draws a lot of Tyreek Hill comparisons, and then I see people in the media say, but he ran a 4.4. I think if you turn on the tape, it doesn't look 4.4 to me. So I don't know if he just ran a slower 40. I mean, anything could happen that day that you run the 40 at the combine. You know, it might not be your best day. You might not feel the best that day, and that doesn't mean you're a bad football player. I trust the tape way more than anything at the combine, and this guy is a burner. This guy is explosive, and he has hands, and best of all, he really has that Raven mentality. Like, there's a ton of Steve Smith comparisons flying around, and I'm with it. Just with the mindset, with how small he is, just to be able to go up and get that ball. I mean, his hands are great. I feel like he can win jump balls. We can give him the ball underneath. He can run every route in the route tree. He can go deep. I mean, this guy's going to be a really well-rounded receiver, and pairing that with OBJ and Bateman, I cannot wait for this season. I can't wait. Also, there were some number announcements this week. We'll start with the biggest one, I think, and that's Roquan Smith going to number 0. So the NFL this year is allowing players to wear number 0. And I was curious if any Ravens were going to go there, because that is, those single-digit numbers are usually for the better players on the team. Number 1's not used. If you know, Lamar said he's going to win a Super Bowl in 8 and then go to 1, so I think they're saving 1. So I was curious as to who in Baltimore was going to wear number 0, because that, you know, it's a bold choice, and I don't think there's a better fit than Roquan Smith, who has already kind of became the leader of our defense, at least the second half of last year coming there. I can't wait till he has a whole offseason with the squad. He's got a 5-year deal. He's here for long term, and I'm so excited. I mean, it's feeling like old Ravens defense right now with Ray Lewis back there. I don't want to say he's Ray Lewis. He's not Ray Lewis. There's no Ray Lewis. There will never be a Ray Lewis. He doesn't have the same leadership that Ray does either, but man, on the field, Roquan just takes over. He's sprinting to the ball. He's laying dudes out. I mean, every play this guy's around the ball. He's leading our team in tackles. I think he transformed our defense, and I don't think there's a better player to wear number 0. I'm with it. I'm sorry to all the people who got number 18 last year. I was thinking about it myself, but I think I'm going to have to cop a 0, man. That 0 is fire. And then all the rookies got their numbers as well. So Zay Flowers went with number 4, which is what he wore in college. 13 other siblings, so there's 14 kids in his family, and he's the 4th youngest, and he's always wore number 4. So I think it's a great message, and I'm glad he got to keep that. Shout out to Sam Cook, though, Raven legend, wore number 4. I don't know if you guys saw the Ravens video that they posted where Zay Flowers and everybody got to go in and see their jersey for the first time. But when he was on FaceTime with his brother or someone in his family, he said, I want to retire this number 4. And we don't really retire jerseys, but just that mindset, you know what I mean? Like, I respect that dog in him. Like, that mindset is exactly what you need to play football, and especially in Baltimore. Simpson, who we drafted in the 3rd round, went with number 30. I thought that was an odd pick. He's a linebacker, outside linebacker. pass rush, kind of speed rusher, hybrid guy again. 30 is kind of a weird pick. First thing that comes to my mind, I think 30 is like Kenneth Dixon for some reason. But if you ball on the field, man, I don't care what your number is. He's out there wreaking havoc. I'll be rocking a 30, you know what I mean? So the number's not that huge. I just thought it was a little odd. I always like to see the linebackers in like the 50s, or even here lately is like the 40s, or even the single digits, or even below 20 now. Everybody's picking those numbers. So Robinson went with 95. I like that. Caillou Blue Kelly, the cornerback that we were talking about that he drafted in the 5th round, went with 17. Another unique number, but I'm with that. Ayumave Laulu. I'm going to get it right, man. I apologize. Number 71. And then Voorhees in the 7th round went with 72. Rookie numbers are official. Roquan's official. The rookies are at camp. And the offseason's on, guys. Let's go. Let's go. I know I'm excited. I know you guys are excited. And it's going to be a killer season, man. That's it for today. So thank you for watching, guys. I'm Ryan. This is the Flock Rundown. And see you next video.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.